Hey guys, welcome back to Top Tipper Betting Tips. I hope you had a fantastic day punting out at Durbanville. Your boy Delboy picked 7 out of the 9 winners in all 4 of his selections, and he also predicted the jackpot 1, which returned 1,632 Rand for an outlay of 320 Rand, and the jackpot 2 for 400 Rand. He caught it twice because of the dead heat. One paid 896.30 and the other 821.40 with a total of 1717.70. So that's fantastic tipping from your man Dalboy. But I'm going to hand you over to the postman. He's going to be tipping. He's going to be tipping for us. Let me just get there. Sorry, guys. Just bear with me. Yeah, we're going to have the postman tipping out at Turffontein. So I'm going to hand you over to the postman.
Yeah, good evening, our Top Tipper family. Racing comes to us on Thursday the 8th from the Turffontein new course. Guys, there are 8 races carded. And when we went through the card, went through the fields, much better than Tuesday's races. I hope you guys took our advice, stayed out. There were some really rough results on Tuesday. Much better card, and I think maybe worth getting involved in. As I said, guys, we have 8 races carded. The first race due off at 12:50, and this is a Work Riders maiden plate over 1,000 meters. And when we go through the first race, guys, my first selection here is horse number 1, Lebanese Pound. Nicely drawn at 2. Paulie Peters, inmate, has had 4 decent efforts. Last time out, had excuses, cast a shoe in the running. The third horse has come out and won since. It is the third run after the rest. And the Work Rider has had 8 wins out of 29 runs. I think it's what around about 30% win strike rate and a 66% play strike rate. I don't normally punt on the Work Riders, but I do think that horse number 1 is certainly worth a small touch. For second, guys, I have gone for horse number 5, and this is Drop of Time. This is drawn nicely on the fence, has had 2 runs. Last time out, odds on favourite, let the side down. Finished 3rd and 4th. But guys, when we look deeper into this, I know the first time out it did run against winners, finished 3rd. There were only 6 horses in the race. Last time out, finished 4th. Again, guys, only 6 horses in the race. I'm not saying this one cannot win, but a short price like this, I certainly would have 10 cents on it. I am going to look to beat it, and if the one is paying 2 Rand odd or 3 Rand. I do believe the money will come for the one a little later, and maybe we can Dutch. Maybe you can play both of them and still, if one of them arrive, still show a profit. So my second horse is number 5. For third, I've gone for the 6, Southern Style. Nicely drawn at 3. This inmate of Ashley Fortune, very speedy sort. Has had 2 good runs with the blinkers. The blinkers remain on, and I do think that this will jump and be up there, and again certainly worth throwing in trifectas and quartets. And for fourth, guys, I have thrown in horse number 2, Pendragon, Jogan Guiza, for Fani Broncos. Has some fair form, badly drawn at 7. If they cut their throats, cut each other's throats, maybe this one can run into one of the minor positions. Please take note, guys, that horse number 4, Chasen, has been scratched. So our selections here, 1, 5, 6, and 2. By pot 1 and 5, smaller players, banker the 1. We move on to the second race on the card, and the second race is due off at 13:25, and this is a graduation plate for 3-year-olds to be run over 1,200 meters. And when we look at the form here, guys, 2 horses stand out for me. That's horses 1 and 2, Thunderstruck and Prophet. We go through the form and we see that Thunderstruck beat Prophet by 5 lengths. However, on that occasion, Prophet was eased, was switched. Could it have won? I don't know. It certainly would have finished a lot closer. We go and we look. Thunderstruck has been off the track for 14 weeks. I know it's a classy sort. May just need the run. In bipods, I'm putting both of them, 1 and 2. I do think that the 2 is probably a safer bet, but if they run according to form, my first selection would be the 1, Thunderstruck. As I said, classy sort, won a grade 1. If I'm looking for a negative, 14 weeks off. That's why I think Prophet will finish closer. For second, obviously gone for horse number 2, Prophet. Marco van Rensburg for Cornet Spitz. And throw this one in, all swingers and exactors. Must go very, very close there. For third, guys, I've thrown in horse number 4. And this is Kalahari Blue. Has had 2 runs. First time out, finished last. That was in a feature race. Back in the maiden. Won really well, beating Smelting by 2 3/4 lengths, and maybe good enough to fill in one of the minor spots here. For fourth, we have gone for the 3, Ridge Runner. Last time out in the grade 2, finished just under 7.5 lengths behind the winner. Not a bad sort, and again, definitely worth throwing in larger perms. So we've gone 1, 2, 4, and 3. Please take note, guys, horse 5 Vantage Point has been scratched. We'll move on to the third race on the card. And the third race is due off at 1400 hours. Maiden plate for 3-year-old fillies to be run over 1450 meters. And please take note, guys, very important scratching. Horse number 1, Lady Regent, is out. We go through the card here, and my first selection here is horse number 3, Memorial Day. Stephen Moffat, inmate, only runner for the day. Gavin Arena jumps aboard this one. Nicely drawn on the painted one. I think this will jump. I think it will be up there for nothing. And I think this is the horse to beat. For second, guys, we have gone for horse number 6. Horse number 6 is, in a sense, Craig Zaki for Lucky Hoodalakis. Has had 2 fair efforts and maybe good enough to fill in the back end of trifectas and quartets. If I've got a negative here, I'm not running with a full set of alleys. So watch this one go down. For third, we've gone for horse number 8, Princess Ilaria. Nathan Klink for Fani Bronckhorst. Has had 1 decent effort, finishing third, a length and a bit behind Queen of Smoke. Was running on that occasion after showing pace. 40-1 must have shown very little at home. Maybe surprised the stable, but again, larger perms, throw this one in. For fourth, guys, we have gone for horse number 2, and this is Gimme the Flame. Marco van Rensburg for Heather Adamson. Has some fair form, finishing second last time out with Marco aboard, was a beaten favourite. Big negative, drawn 11 out of 11. Pick sixes, take a chance. Smaller perms, banker the 3. For larger perms, throw in 3, 6, and 8. I do think that round about 9-2, I think this is great value, guys. And I do think that with Gavin Arena aboard, this one will go really close. So we've gone 3, 6, 8, and 2 in the third. We move on to the fourth race on the card. And the fourth race is due off at 1435. Is a classified stakes to be run over 2,000 meters. Please take note, guys, horse number 5 has been scratched, and horse number 5 is My True North. In the fourth race, my first selection here is horse number 3, Flag Bearer. Again, Gavin Arena for Fani Broncos. I'm hoping he rides a double for us. This one generally runs on. Last time out was the first run out of the maidens, finishing second behind Arlington Action. And again, was running on at the death. And I'm hoping under the hands of Gavin, this one runs on and wins for us. For second, I have thrown in the ultra-consistent horse number 4. And this is Mirren. This 5-year-old mare from the Borenburtis Yvette Foslu yard. Samanga Kamalo gets back aboard this one. Won last time out, beating Ashanti Town. Beating Ashanti Sword by a length. And again, certainly worth throwing in all your exotics. For third, guys, we've thrown in horse number 1, and this is Sir Talon, Rachel Venica, flying up to Gauteng to ride for Paulie Peter. Rachel ridden this one on 3 occasions, for a second, a third, and a fourth. Last time out was pipped. However, Sir Talon very often throws his races away at the start, always being slow. If it is slow, I think that this one will really battle to get through the field. But larger perms, throw this one in. Smaller perms, 3 and 4, in my opinion, should be sufficient to get us through there. For fourth, guys, we have gone for a nice little roughie. Horse 7, Crusade to Royalty. Jeff Seister getting the ride for Roy Magna. This is carrying only 51.5. Is weighted to finish closer to our first selection. And again, maybe good enough for backing of trifectas and quartets. So race 4, guys, we have gone 3, 4, 1, and 7. Move on to the 5th race on the card. And the 5th race is due off at 15:10 mid-rated 90 handicap for the girls, to be run over 1,800 meters. And in this event, my narrow first selection here is horse number 1, Ballroom Bliss. This is Samanga Kamala for the Boertis Forstlu yard. Nice run last time out, finishing second to Southern Song. Was running on. Went off at 25-1. But I see Samanga jumping back aboard this one. Samanga rode this one 4 runs back and won. At 10-1, running on really, really well. And I think that Ballroom Bliss must be an inclusion in everything. For second, guys, I have gone for horse number 4, and this is Princess Kesh. Ryan Mange retaining the ride here for the Fortune yard. 56.5 is a kilo better off than horse 2. Was running on well last time out, and again, I do think that this one could go close. Gents, this for me is a field race. For third, we've gone for the 3, Terra Time. Craig Zaki getting the ride here for Lucky Odolakis. Has been running to some fair sorts. Did finish 1.5 lengths behind Southern Song. I think this will jump. I think this will go to the front and play catch me if you can. For fourth, guys, we have thrown in horse number 2, Flame Flower. Rachel Venica getting the ride for Paulie Peter. Rachel rode this one and won on last time out. That was over 1,600 meters. This has had 2 runs over the distance and has flopped, not run a drum. But in this field, I'll even throw the 5 in here. We can make a case for Ideal Jet. Very, very tough race. We've gone 1, 4, 3, and 2. We move on to the 6th race on the card, guys. And the 6th race is due off at 15:45, merit rated 76 handicap for the girls, to be run over 1,800 meters. And in the 6th race, find my best bet. This is horse number 2, Quiet Rebellion. This is Cabela Matsiani for Stewie Pettigrew. Third run after a rest. Had excuses last time out. This has run to some really, really good sorts. And I do think if this one puts its best foot forward, I think this is very, very, very hard to beat. And as I said, I think this is my best bet on the card. For second, guys, I have gone for horse number 3, Castle Durra. Craig Zaki for Lucky Odolakis, nicely drawn at 1. Craig gets on very well with this one, and I think that this will go to the front, will set the pace, and will certainly make them pick up their feet. And again, good enough for exactors and swingers. For third, guys, we've gone for the 1. This is top weight. Khan Judy, Samanga Kamala for Botas Foster Yard again. Samanga has ridden this one on 2 occasions and won on both occasions. Had a decent effort last time out in KZN. Has had 2 runs, course and distance, for a first and a second. And again, for larger perms, throw this one in. For fourth, guys, we have gone for horse number 5. And horse number 5 is Summerland. Bottom, or one of the bottom weights, carrying 52.5. Marco van Rensburg for Corne Spiss. Anode has won a maiden last time out, but the bottom weight can certainly fill in one of the minor spots. So the 6 race, guys, we've gone 6, 2, 3, and 1. And I do think that the 2 is the best bet on the card. We move on to race number 7. And in the 7th race, or race 7, guys, this is due off at 1620. Classified stakes over 1600 meters. And our first selection here is horse number 4, Silver Stardust. This is quite short. Muzieni for Paulie Peter. Finished second behind Southern Blaze, which is horse number 1 last time out. Did have excuses, is 3.5 kilos better off. And I do think that this will take a power of beating. If you're taking it, if you smaller bets, banker this one and everything. For second, we have gone for horse number 1, Southern Blaze. Has obvious chance here for the Sunday Mcholi for Stewie Pettigrew. As I said, this one did win last time out, ran on really, really well. And again, certainly good enough to run a drum. For third, we've gone for the 2, Run for Isla. Kabeda Matsiani for Candace Dawson. Putting a line through the last run, never threatened. Time before that, finished second behind Special Variety. Has had a 10-week layoff. And certainly, if not needing the outing, can run into the back end of trifectas and quartets. For fourth, guys, we have gone for the 6, Sacred Valley. Rachel Venike again for the Paulie Peter Yard. I see that they put blinkers back on this one. This has got some fair form with blinkers. And again, good enough to fill in back end of trifectas and quartets. So the 7th race, I think it's a match race between 4 and 1. And I do think that one can take a chance on a limited budget and banker the 4 in all bets. 8th race of the card, you're off at 1655, medal rate at 68 handicap, to be run over 1,000 meters. Very, very, very tough event here, guys. If you can find 2 bankers early, banker, and put field here. My narrow first selection, however, is horse number 7. And this is Baby Don't Hurt Me, Muzieni for Paulie Peter. Very, very speedy sort. I see that they put the blinkers on this one for the first time. Muzi does retain the ride. I think this one will sharpen it up. I think it will go to the front. And I think it will be very, very hard to catch in a very, very moderate field. For second, we have gone for horse number 2. And this is Pinder Mazala. Jeff Seister getting the ride here, or retaining the ride here for Clinton Pinder. This one generally comes from off the pace and runs on. And again, no reason why this one would not be running on when others have cried enough. Certainly will go close. And please take note, is Clinton's only runner on the day. For third, we've gone for 6, Stormy Lass. Randall Simons getting the ride here for the Magna Yard. Nicely drawn at 1. Has some decent form. And again, certainly must be thrown in here in a tough race. For fourth, guys, we've gone for the 1, Jet Cat. Where's the Mowing retaining the ride here for the Van der Westhuizen yard. Last time out, this one finished third, 3/4 of a length behind Twice a Storm. Did have excuses, did drop the whip. We'll go look at some of the form, and I think round about 11, 12 to 1 must be inclusion if you're playing trifectas and quartets. So the 8th race, as I said, very, very open field race for me. We've gone 7, 2, 6, and 1. Guys, again, just take notes, check for jockey changes, check for scratchings. I do think that exotics are worth playing. I do fancy the value bet and the best bet. Race 7, as I said, very, very short. That's why I'll never tip it as a best bet, but should be the horse to beat. Guys, structure your bets wisely. You look after yourself. You take care. And Stevie, back to you in the studio.
Hey, cheers for that, the postman. We appreciate your efforts. 8-race program, Bipod PA, Jackpot 1, Jackpot 2, and your value bet and your best bet. Hopefully we can clean up like Dalboy did out at Hollywood Bets Durbanville, and we can start making some nice tidy profit and the form continues. So all in all, enjoy, have fun, break a leg, and cheers for now.